POV YN, they're here. Those 2 words freeze the blood in my veins. 5 minutes ago, I was crying over a ruined Wagyu steak and a toxic relationship. Now, I'm standing in a pitch-black hallway, the emergency steel shutters locked tight over the windows, and my awful boyfriend is holding a very real, very loaded gun. Jungkook, what are you talking about? I whisper, my voice shaking so hard I can barely get the words out. Who is here? He doesn't answer right away. He just grabs my waist, his grip tight, desperate, and entirely possessive, and shoves me backward into the master bedroom. The cold, ruthless mask he wore in the dining room is completely gone. In the dim emergency lighting, his dark eyes are wide, scanning the shadows, his chest heaving. The food, he says, his voice a ragged whisper. He presses his forehead against mine for 1 split second. It's the most agonizingly tender thing he's done all night. The dinner you made. It was laced with a synthetic venom, YN. If you had taken even 1 bite, your heart would have stopped in 5 minutes. My brain short-circuits. Wait, what? Poison? But Mia gave me that contact for the ingredients, I stammer. Mia is my best friend. She wouldn't. Mia sold us out to the Blackwood Syndicate. Jungkook cuts in, his voice hardening back into that lethal mafia tone. I couldn't tell you. If you texted her, they would have known I was onto them and sniped you through the glass before I could get the blast doors down. I had to make you hate me. I had to destroy the plate so you wouldn't eat it. Oh my God. The realization hits me like a freight train. The cruel words, the gunshot shattering the china. He wasn't being a monster. He was saving my life. I was literally packing my bags, cursing his name, while he was playing the villain just to keep my heart beating. The butterflies in my stomach aren't just fluttering. They are doing full-blown acrobatics. I'm so stupid, I choke out, fresh tears spilling down my cheeks. You're perfect, and I'm sorry I yelled at you, he murmurs, his thumb brushing away a tear with a gentleness that breaks me all over again. Then, the heavy, terrifying sound of booted footsteps echoes from the living room. Crunch, crunch. They are walking over the broken china. Jungkook's eyes snap to the doorway. The tender boyfriend vanishes, replaced instantly by the apex predator, under the bed. Now, he commands softly. He shoves a cold, heavy object into my hands, his backup piece, a silver dagger. Do not come out until I say your name. If anyone else looks under there, use it. Before I can argue, he pushes me down. I scramble under the massive king-sized bed, pressing myself flat against the plush rug. I cover my mouth with both hands to muffle my erratic breathing. Through the narrow gap between the floor and the bed frame, I see Jungkook step out into the hallway. Well, well. A deep, unfamiliar voice calls out from the living room. The golden boy is trapped in his own cage. You made a mistake coming into my house, Jungkook's voice rings out, low, mocking, and dripping with dark amusement. But poisoning my girl's dinner? That just guaranteed you're leaving here in a bag. Suddenly, the hallway erupts. Deafening gunshots echo through the penthouse. The flash of muzzle fire lights up the dark floorboards in terrifying bursts. I squeeze my eyes shut, trembling violently, praying to every star in the sky that the heavy thuds hitting the floor aren't him. The smell of copper and sulfur fills the air, suffocating and thick. Bang, bang, thud. Then, dead silence. The ringing in my ears is unbearable. I clutch the silver dagger to my chest, my knuckles turning white. I wait. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Jungkook. I whimper against my hands. No answer. Instead, I hear the slow, deliberate click-clack of high heels walking down the hallway. My breath catches in my throat. The syndicate goons were wearing heavy combat boots. Who is wearing heels? The footsteps stop right inside the bedroom. The sleek, red-bottomed stilettos turn, facing the bed. My heart hammers against my ribs so hard I'm sure whoever it is can hear it. Slowly, the person crouches down. Long, perfectly manicured fingers grip the edge of the bed skirt, lifting it up to reveal the dim light of the bedroom. A familiar face smiles back at me, her eyes dead and cold. Found you, bestie, Mia whispers, aiming a silenced pistol right at my forehead. To be continued. Question. OMG YN is trapped under the bed with her literal best friend pointing a weapon at her. Where is Jungkook? Do you think YN will use the dagger, or is it game over? Drop your theories in the comments below.